The first attempt to settle Virginia ended in failure when the settlers of Roanoke Island disappeared. The next attempt was made by the Virginia Company, which organized the settlement of Jamestown. The settlers arrived aboard 3 ships and began the Jamestown settlement in 1609. The settlers came looking for riches. At first, the only thing they found was hunger, but thanks to the help of the local Native Americans, prodded by the famous Pocahontas, and the initial leadership of John Smith, the settlers made it through the first winter. For its first years, the economic existence of the colony was in doubt until the discovery of a new crop, tobacco. John Rolfe was the first to grow tobacco, and once it was grown, its demand seemed insatiable. It guaranteed the growth of the colony. The attempts of the Virginia Company to control the economic life of the colonists resulted in a revolt, and that revolt ended the company's rule of the colony in 1625. Virginia became a royal colony. Large landowners dominated the colony and the Virginia legislature. The peace of Virginia's political life was shattered in 1675 when Nathaniel Bacon led a rebellion against the governor. The rebellion caused damage and disruption, with Bacon burning down Jamestown. But Bacon died suddenly of natural causes, and the rebellion petered out. The first African slaves arrived in Virginia in 1619. They were initially considered indentured servants, able to eventually earn their freedom through their work. Over time, slavery became more important to the colony, and in 1705, the Virginia legislature passed the Slave Code that formalized the laws regarding slavery. Virginia continued to grow and flourish, and by the time the American Revolution broke out, it was considered the most important colony, producing many of the founding fathers.
In 1765, Patrick Henry presented the Virginia Resolutions. In 1775, he gave his "Give Me Liberty or Give Me Death" speech. On December 30th, 1780, Benedict Arnold led a force of 27 British troops into the James River. On October 19, 1781, British General Cornwallis was forced to surrender at Yorktown, thus effectively ending the Revolutionary War. On June 26th, after a lengthy debate, Virginia ratified the Constitution. On June 22, 1807, the British frigate HMS Leopard attacked the USS Chesapeake off the Virginia Capes. In 1831, the Matt Turner Slave Rebellion occurred. In 1859, John Brown seizes the U.S. arsenals at Harper's Ferry, hoping it would begin a large-scale slave rebellion. He was hung. On April 17, 1861, the Virginia State Convention voted for secession. Virginia was a major battleground of the war. The first major battle took place at Manassas. Famous Battle of the Merrimack and Monitor took place at Hampton Roads. Other battles include Battle of Cedar Mountain, Second Battle of Manassas, the Battle of Fredericksburg and Chancellorsville. Finally, the final battle, starting in 1864, the Wilderness, the Battle of Cold Harbor, the Battle of Petersburg. Finally, when the Union siege of Petersburg succeeded, Richmond was evacuated on April 2nd, and Lee surrendered at Appomattox on April 9, 1865. In 1964, the world's first atomic power aircraft carrier, the USS Enterprise, was launched at Newport News.